We're live on the campus of Fairfield Ludlowe High School for FCIAC girls basketball. A very crucial matchup tonight between the 7 and 8 Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons at 5 and 6 in conference play. They take on the 9 and 6 Darien Blue Wave, who come in at 6 and 5 in FCIAC play. Starting lineups being brought to you right now. Aiden Blank and Scott Torello, we will let you listen in.
And the senior co-captain, number 10, Gwen Dolce. The head coach of Darien High School is Melvin Chambers. And now the starting lineup for Fairfield Ludlowe. A junior, number 15, Laura Harron. A junior co-captain, number 10, Julia Butcher. A junior co-captain, number 11, Emma Torello. A junior co-captain, number 13, Anna Paulman. And a senior co-captain, number 24, Rita Ochi. The head coach of Fairfield Ludlowe is Sarah Kinsley. Your officials for tonight's game, Mr. Rick Dowling and Mr. George Fraccione. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Ready to go in this critical FCIAC matchup. Aiden Blank and Scott Torello. Scott, this is a game Ludlowe really wants to have. They're going to play Darien, they're going to play Wilton, they're going to play St. Joe's all within the next few weeks. And this is one of those games that they're going to look back on down the stretch 3-4 weeks from now and say, we're in the playoffs because of this game, or we're not in the playoffs because of this game.
That's exactly right? All the teams they're playing, they're kind of very closely stacked together with in the standings. So all of these games are going to be at the head-to-head tiebreaker for whoever wins. So all the games you just mentioned, St. Joe's, Darien, Wilton, all of them are going to play big factors in determining who makes the FCIAC playoffs.
Ridgefield has been on a slide that may not end anytime soon. They're playing some top teams to close out, so obviously Ludlowe would prefer the tiebreaker go down to them against Ward, New Canaan, or Darien. But we will find out. Darien is technically a game ahead in the standings as we enter play tonight. Good little jumper to begin the game, but it rolls out off the hands of Shea Dolce.
I'm impressed with Darien's size, Aiden. Good size.
Yeah, that's something Ludlowe has not really had to contend with a lot this season. And we'll see Caitlin Finnegan check in a little bit. She's going to have a very tough matchup tonight because basically any one of these girls is going to be able to defend with her.
Yeah, I think all of our freshmen are going to play a huge role tonight. Caitlin, Madison, Callie, You know, Aaron Bowman, she's got excellent size down there. They're going to need these girls to be strong down there today.
Again, Ludlowe is 7-8. Darien is 9-6. But neither of these overall records count when you're looking at FCIAC playoff standings. When you're looking at the playoffs, it's 5-6 Ludlowe versus 6-5 Darien. Both teams missing shots to begin, a sloppy start. But Ludlow's done a really good job offensively rebounding just a minute into this game. As it rolls out of bounds, it'll be a Darien basketball. And we're going to see Darien really emphasize the rebounding battle tonight. They want to win it, and they should.
Yeah, I mean, for the size advantage they have, they should not be giving up 3 offensive rebounds.
6:54 to play first quarter. And Juliette Buscher picks up her first foul of the night.
Be curious to see if they stay in the man-to-man, Ludlowe. May have to see if Darien could shoot the ball. And you see right away they're kind of going to this 1-2-2 zone, which I like. You know, slow the game down. Let's see if they could shoot.
They work it to the corner. Dolce, 3 rims out. It slides out more like it, the save. And underneath, a shot missed by DeMonicus. Lindsay DeMonicus unable to get it. And Ludlowe back on the other end. 0 for 2 offensively to start this game. Darien not starting as they would have liked. Into the corner, she stepped out. Ludlowe basketball with 6:17 to play in the first. Here's Torello trying to set the Ludlowe offense.
Yeah, both teams feeling each other out right now, content to sit in the zone. And, you know, you're sitting it until teams prove they could shoot. Then you adjust.
Paulman bounce 2. And now for Heron, right back to Paulman. Here's Bochy, uncorks a 3 and nails it for the opening points.
Be great to see Ida get hot, Aiden.
Ludlowe 3, Darien nothing in a game, again, that we have emphasized is a big one. This one and then Wilton, which will come up very shortly. St. Joe's a game 2, although you think St. Joe's will probably win a few more and may not be in contention for that 8 spot. But it would be nice to get a win against a playoff team. Underneath, the scoop shot off from DeMonicus. That's 2 little bunnies she's missed underneath. Heron other end, she'll go to the line. A shooting foul called against the Blue Wave.
You're right, there are 2 bunnies she's missed. Beautiful give and go right there between her and the big girl, Aaron Bowman. But when you miss those bunnies, it's funny how they lead to fast breaks going down the other way.
A foul on either side to begin this game. 5:20 to play first quarter. First shot is pure from Laura Heron. The junior connects, and it's 4-0 Ludlowe. Sarah Kinsley looking pleased. As Heron starts out 2 for 2 from the line. That's a good sign, too.
Yeah.
Free throws were something that Ludlowe really struggled with. They did well against Ward free throw-wise. They kind of helped him in both ways. Ward was 1 for 9 from the charity stripe to begin the game, and then they came in and hit 4 free throws at the end that basically iced the game. Darien is now 0 for 4 on offensive possessions. Here's Bochy, uncorks another 3. This one a little off. Paulman crashing, couldn't get the rebound. And Kelly Richter wants to slow it down. Darien not really up to that fast break game.
No, you're right. They're playing very deliberately right now.
Far side 3, not even close, although
great hustle right there by Anna.
Shea Dolce almost got the bounce off the backboard, almost banked it in. Anna Paulman wrestles a jump ball, and with 4:30 to play in the first quarter, Ludlowe gets the ball right back.
Yeah, excellent defense so far. Listen, they are undersized, but they're boxing out, Aiden. So you always want to see a team fight.
Madison Roman's pass was forced to Summers, and it was intercepted. Darien 5 trips down the floor without a bucket. Can they change that here? Approaching 4 minutes to play. Still warming things up from Fairfield Ludlowe, but a really great start halfway through this first quarter, and Ludlowe pitching a shutout against a team that is basically giving them nothing in terms of height. A timeout is called by Darien, 3:55 to play. And if you're Melva Chambers in the huddle, the thing you're probably emphasizing the most is grab that basketball. You're going to miss these shots. You better rebound.
Yeah, right. It's exactly right. You know, if the shot goes up, go chase it down. Go track it down. Be aggressive. I mean, you know the girls from Darien, always good athletes, always aggressive, always have that kind of lacrosse mentality. So there's no reason they shouldn't be out here giving full effort, going full force for every ball that's loose.
3:55 to play, opening quarter, and it's Ludlowe in front by 2 possessions. 5 on the floor for the Falcons. Not a lot of height. It's Summers, tallest on the floor, Roman, Heron, and then the 2 guards, Buscher and Torello. It's a nice little mix there, too. You've got Callie, who can basically drive anywhere she wants. Roman is able to block shots and rebound underneath, and then Torello and Buscher and Herring can all shoot. Outlet for Buscher. Nice hustle down the floor, but she stepped on the end line as she tried to bring it back around. Darien will get the ball once again. Boy, they are really having a tough time offensively, and this Ludlowe press is not going to solve anything for them.
Yeah, you see right now they brought 2 of the freshmen in. That gave them added size, so they immediately switched to the man-to-man.
Hook underneath. Can't get the bucket, but they'll go to the line to shoot. It'll be the sophomore Shea Dolce to the line, and she will try and get Darien on the board with under 3.5 to play in the first quarter.
Very nice high screen right there by Darien. Free her up. We're going to have to communicate on those, right? We got to switch.
Dolce's first shot too short. Anna Paulman's into this game for Laura Aaron. Second shot coming from the sophomore. Darien is on the board, trailing by 4 with 3:22 to play first quarter. And a timeout called by Sarah Kinsley before Darien could really set anything up.
Yeah, it's important there, right? Darien was able to finally set up their pressure off the made free throw. So now that we know that's coming, we should be able to adjust to it, right? Get our press break in order, get one of our girls in the middle, and look to exploit this thing.
2 fouls on Fairfield Ludlowe, 1 on Darien. Still just kind of getting into the groove of things in this crucial FCIAC girls basketball matchup. One of a number of big-time matchups across the state tonight. Of course, Ward and Trinity Catholic, the marquee matchup for the boys.
Yeah, that should be fantastic. You know, it's funny, Aiden, you mentioned Ward. Sometimes it's hard to come off of a game that had that much energy, that much fanfare. You know, the building was electric. You know, it was a Monday night.
It's not going to be like Monday night, but there will be a good amount of people there tonight. It's being touted as the matchup for first place in the FCIAC. The entry for Roman. Paulman right near the hoop, got it to go around and in.
Beautiful bounce pass by Madison.
Ludlowe by 6, 3 minutes to play. And the press works perfectly that time. Summers stepped into the backcourt.
Yeah, good effort. Love seeing that.
And I think you know what, you'll take that. It's all right.
Absolutely.
It was a fantastic interception, and you get to do it all over again. Darien has no answer for this full court press. Roman does it again, but her pass to Torello intercepted by Dolce. Ludlowe almost got another great takeaway. Underneath. And banks it in to make it a 4-point game with 2:40 to play first quarter. Loose on the ground, another jump ball. Summers did a great job there going up against 2 Blue Wave defenders to get that ball.
Yeah, we're going to need to adjust to the speed that they have out there in the press.
Gwen Dolce to inbound, and she goes to Shea. In the corner, underneath, banked in from Kelly Richter, and suddenly Darien has brought it to a 2-point game, and Ludlowe looking for an answer.
Much better press break right there, Aiden.
Buscher couldn't get it. Roman is going to the line.
Excellent press break. You love getting easy baskets off the press. That'll certainly loosen up the press.
And Buscher had a number of options there. She decided she was going to pop. She could have gone straight in, tried to grab a foul, maybe an N1, or she could have easily dumped it off for Roman for an easy 2. Roman to the line, and Ludlowe has missed their first free throw of the night. I will tell you, it does not feel like a must-win game.
No, but it definitely is. You're right.
I would agree.
These tiebreakers will play big roles in determining who gets into the FCIACs.
I still think if they can beat Darien and Wilton, I would even say they could probably lose one more to St. Joe's. If they could beat Wilton and Darien, they got a really good shot. And of course, if you can make the playoffs, then anything is possible. They played Staples pretty well so far this season. That would likely be the team they get. Loose on the ground, rolls out, and it's a Ludlowe basketball. 1:47 to play, opening quarter.
You see that press break quickly took the press off, Aiden.
Yeah, Darien, a little surprising that they take it off so quickly.
I agree. I would have went with it a few more times. Good hustle right there by Madison tracking that down.
Pullman, a wonderful shot fake. Backdoor Roman and 1.
Great bounce pass into Madison. Nice finish, Aiden.
10-5. Ludlowe trying to build on that lead. And it's Darien's third foul of the half. That biggest matchup that the FCIAC girls basketball scene will see tonight is Stanford, or in Stanford at least, as Roman can't get it to fall. It is Stanford up against Staples. A big matchup because the Wreckers are right on the Black Knights' heels for that #1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, so far the best team we have seen is definitely Staples.
Beg your pardon, it's the other way around. Stanford is right on Staples' heels. But yes, I would agree. When they play, we saw 2 different teams when they came here last week. Foul is going to get called against Roman.
Might be 2 on her.
It is her
Only 1.
first.
Good.
Staples came in and they looked weak in that first half. Ludlowe played really well, and if that team comes to play, they could get beaten by just about anybody. But the second half team that we saw that was able to just put the game away like it was nothing, nice rebound pull by Summers, is a team that could basically beat anybody in the state. Here's Buscher, first shot of the night. Off, but Roman pulls it with 50 seconds to go. Heron can't get it in the lane.
Yeah, beautiful rebound by Madison. She's giving him great energy right now, Aiden. Look at this. Again, that's all because of Madison.
She's going to get called for her second foul, so she's going to likely sit.
She did not deserve that foul, Aiden. Got to reward the effort there.
What an effort she gave. She'll be out for basically the whole second quarter, but the minute she's in, she really makes them count. To the corner, lofted in, Arbu Bakar, no! Rebound is still loose on the floor. Glenn Dolce comes away with it. 3 is in from Kelly Richter. 2-point game. 20 seconds to play. Heron other end, and the jumper falls.
Again, Aiden, make them pay for pressing.
She had 19 points the other night against Staples. She basically was hitting anything she threw up. Can she do it again tonight? Ludlowe with 5 seconds, plenty of time to shoot. It's Heron. Forced it. Summers saved, but to nobody. And Ludlowe will take a 4-point lead into quarter number 2.
Yeah, good quarter. Great defensive intensity. Really harassing Darien that whole quarter. Gonna have to keep up the intensity.
And when you're giving up as much size as Ludlowe is, you really have to be harassing them defensively. You cannot let them get anything free underneath. Although the free ball, the little bunnies that have been taken underneath, they have not been able to hit. But you do not want to give them a lot of those.
I agree. I mean, over time, those are going to start going in. So the more they can kind of keep Darien out of that paint, away from that basket, the better off they're going to be. We just saw 3 go in, but overall, I would say we'll have more success letting them shoot jump shots tonight.
So Fairfield Ludlowe a 4-point lead as we enter quarter number 2. Here on FSN, a very quick first quarter. We saw a little bit of everything from Darien. We'll see if they start to adjust a little bit more into a groove here in this second quarter. They came out with a full court press, but they kind of pulled that back once Ludlowe started to easily break it. Ludlowe came out with a full court press, and they pulled that back a little bit too. So second quarter just about to get underway here on FSN. Aiden Blank, Scott Torello, such a pleasure to be with you on this kind of gross Thursday night. Ludlowe will inbound to start quarter number 2 in the home whites, the new home whites, and they find Bocci on the elbow, had a tough time controlling it, bounces it in and back out onto the opposite side, and Torello lets it fly inside the 3-point arc.
I like that, Aiden. You don't need to always shoot threes. Step in, get a nice easy shot, and bury it.
She buries it left side. Darien on the other end. It's Kelly Richter who drove straight down the paint and got fouled as she shot. The shot rolled out. It was too strong, but Richter's going to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, very nice move. Good athlete there, Aiden. Coast to coast.
It is Ludlowe's 5th foul. That's something they're going to want to watch out for. Darien only with 3. As the senior Richter can't connect on her first. A little too strong off the back iron. Second shot. She crouches. That one a little too strong. Bound off the back iron, and the rebound for Heron feeds for Summers. Takes it up left wing, penetrates inside. She was fouled before she could get into the paint. And they will call it a shooting foul. It'll go against Gwen Dolce. And for the first time tonight, Caitlin Finnegan subs in. No, they did not call it a shooting foul. It was on the floor.
Yep, second though on Dolce.
Bocci inbounds from underneath the basket to its left to Pullman, who tried to create some space. And a nasty elbow against Shea Dolce, who fell to the ground.
Yeah, that was,
it was a foul against
play,
Darien.
right? Both girls kind of are aggressively going toward the ball. Dolce definitely took the worst of that hit, Aiden. That hurt.
It was a Darien foul, so Ludlowe keeps it. Here's Heron, feeds Torello, left elbow, penetrates inside her, pass to the corner to Bocci, and it was taken away by a multitude of Darien defenders, prominently Lexi Witkowski, who brings it across the timeline. And here's Dolce controlling from top, guarded by Torello. The pass fake, long 3, no. A fake from the left elbow from Richter. And she lets Dolce kind of hang with it. Dolce moving to the right side on the elbow beyond the three-point arc. Low right block. Arbu Bakar travels.
Yeah,
a lot of
great
hands in her
double team.
face.
You're right. Great double team. A lot of bodies around her, right? That's hard.
She wasn't coming out of that. It was either a foul or a travel, and it ends up being a travel. Here's Torello. She brings it up. Right wing. It is Heron. Inset pass to Paulman, and they find Torello on the opposite corner for three. It rolls out, and the rebound is pulled by was knocked out by Darien, and Laura Heron inbounds from underneath the basket to its left. Overhanded pass to Bocci on the wing, feeds to Paulman. She drives in, spins, and her pass is intercepted, and a foul's going to get called against Paulman. Kelly Richter was just standing there trying to break loose of the Ludlowe defense, and Paulman comes in to kind of bail her out there.
Yeah, I mean, you made the mistake, which is fine. Mistakes happen. You don't want to compound it by fouling, 60 feet from the basket. Run back and play D.
The inbound to the senior. Richter brings it across the timeline, across the Ludlowe logo, guarded by Bocci, who falls to the ground. The long entry pass was broken up by Caitlin Finnegan.
Yep.
Got a lengthy finger on it, and it goes out of bounds for a Blue Wave basketball.
Excellent help and excellent recovery right there by Caitlin.
Inbounding all the way to the left, not even close to the basket. It's Richter, has to get it in. She went over and back, so Ludlowe gets the ball. Bocci from that same spot, and Torello across center court. She's picked up by Witkowski, a little bit of a relief size-wise. Here's Heron from the top, finds Bocci left wing, back to Heron. The pass bounced to Paulman, who came up out of the paint to get it. She fell to the ground wrestling with a Darien defender for it, and a jump ball gets caught. Callie Summers checks into the game for Fairfield Ludlowe. She'll check in for Bocci. Took a couple of spills on those last few possessions as Witkowski brings it up across the Falcon logo. Guarded by Paulman, trying to give her a little bit more space in hopes of not picking her second foul. The pass intercepted. It was an entry pass by Summers. Drives the other end. Two beautiful steps in the lane.
You're absolutely right, Aiden. Beautiful finish. Great body awareness.
16-8. Ludlow's lead is up to 8. Largest lead of the night. Here's Dolce from top. Trying to get a couple of passes in, but that really hasn't worked for Darien. Instead, she gets a screen, moves off to her left, gives it to Richter on the left wing. Across to the right wing, it's Arbu Bakar. She's not going to shoot from out there. Here's Richter driving and throwing to the right corner. Dolce trying to drive in from the right corner to the elbow. Witkowski's pass intercepted. That's 3 straight turnovers for the Blue Waves. Summers' pass, which was across the lane on the fast break, intended for Buescher, but missed her and goes out of bounds. It'll be a Blue Wave basketball. 5:11 to play, second quarter.
Yeah, good thought right there, Aiden. She had her open, just a little too loose with the pass.
Here's DeMonicus, breaks the press.
How well she's hustling tonight, right? 2 nice steals back-to-back on defense. Again, the defensive pressure has been relentless tonight.
Richter, Witkowski, back to Richter. Directing traffic from straight on. Buescher basically begging her to start a drive. She wants to take it away. She goes to the elbow. Witkowski, left elbow. Richter, they haven't been able to get it in to the paint. Here's Arbu Bakar, got it low left block and kind of forced it up, so it was too strong. Couple of passes on the other end, and Paulman got it just outside the low left block, tried to drive and got her leg tangled up with the Darien defender Shea Dolce, so Ludlowe gets the ball back. It's Darien's 6th foul. And substitutions finally from the Blue Wave, bringing in a little more height in Aaron Brown. Right corner, Torello thought about popping. Instead, she goes entry pass for Finnegan, who went up and was blocked. There's the Darien size that they just brought in.
Right. Good defense right there by Bowman. Right, held her ground, waited for Caitlin to make her move, and then reacted.
Witkowski, entry pass on the other end, low right block. And the shot's an air ball. Paulman pulls it. She drives straight ahead, now trying to back down her defender right side. They're still on that right wing. Here's Summers. Tried to split the D, instead they work it to the left wing. Buescher, a couple of fakes. Here's Torello driving in right side into the paint, and she was fouled before she could get there. Laura Heron will check in for Anna Paulman.
Excellent effort by Anna, as always.
Yeah, Sarah Kinsley gave her a big high five. She was happy with that effort. This is Emma Torello to the line. 3:51 to play second quarter after Darien commits their 7th foul of the night. And she got her first. 17-8, Ludlowe by 9, trying to make it double digits with a basket here. Two for two is the junior guard. It's 18-8. Ludlowe a 10-point lead back into that full court press. Torello got a hand over the shoulder of Lindsay DeMonicus. It rolled out off her leg, and Ludlowe gets the ball right back. Another great offensive possession could be coming up for Fairfield Ludlowe. Buescher all the way in that left corner.
Yeah, excellent defense. I love how they double teamed her as she cut across. And you put pressure on people and it turns into good things.
Buescher backing it out on the right wing, and Darien commits yet another foul.
I think they call a 3-second violation, Aiden.
Okay.
Something you don't see often. Looked a little quick.
So Darien gets the ball back, and it's inbounded from Vaught. They break the press. Vaught, another one of those bigger girls they're going to bring into the game, and a jumper knocked down by Aaron Brown from the free throw line, extended on Darien's end. Torello feeding right corner. Buescher can't connect on the three. Heron pulled the rebound and was immediately hacked on the arm. 3:19 to play, and Darien commits their 8th foul of the night.
Yeah, and fouls are starting to add up here for Darien. That might be 2 on Richter. No, just her first.
So the first foul on Richter. Laura Heron to the line shooting 2, and the first one rolls out offside iron. Second shot coming from the junior forward for the Falcons. She's 0 for 2. This one rolling out off front and then back iron. Darien got the rebound, threw it for Witkowski, who was fouled over the back. So now they get a chance to go shoot themselves. And it's Lexi Witkowski, the junior, to the line.
Yep, walking down the other end, shooting the 1-on-1. And you don't want to commit those fouls 60 feet away.
Darien's committed 8 fouls, but Ludlow's still committed 7.
Committed 7, 2 on Lauren and 2 on Madison at this point.
This one not even close, barely touched side iron. The rebound pulled by Finnegan. Torello, the outlet to Buescher, made her try an Odell Beckham style catch in that left corner, and she couldn't quite handle it. So Darien gets the ball back, but Ludlow's still in that full court press. They go to Richter, who's picked up by a very tough Buescher. And a foul is called as Emma Torello sliding to the ground. Who's the foul called? It's Buescher. Well, the full court press, that's going to happen. Ludlowe commits their 8th foul, and another 2 shots coming at the line, potentially for the Blue Wave. The fast break, the full court press will do that to you.
It's a 1-on-1, so she technically should be able to check in, but she didn't get to the table in time.
Off front iron too short. Finnegan pulls it. Torello wanted a home run pass, but she'll settle for a right corner ball for Summers, who is fouled trying to penetrate. And she'll go to the line. So a myriad of free throws in these last few minutes.
Yeah, the refs are calling it very tight right now, Aiden. So you got to adjust. Well, if you know they're going to call those little hand checks, you got to adjust.
Juliet Buscher checks out. Callie Summers to the line for a 1-and-1. First one a little too strong off back iron. Finnegan touched it, but Darien touched it last.
Yep, steal an extra possession there. No harm with the missed free throw.
Here's Bochy. Underneath the basket to its left. Feeds right corner. Torello, catch and shoot three. Air ball. And it's pulled by Vaught, who had it wrestled away from her in a basket by Bochy. Great hustle by the senior.
Sure was. Excellent effort. You see Callie's getting her hands on everything.
Darien tried a shot underneath their own basket, but it was blocked by Finnegan. Torello controls it left wing. Feeds for Finnegan. Her shot in and out from right behind the free throw line, and Darien able to get a rebound. They're trying to even out that rebounding battle. 2:18 to play second quarter.
More
the pass
great
intercepted
effort
by Bochy. Floater, other end, fast break too strong. It bounces out. 2:10 to play second quarter. Both teams in the bonus, trying to get to the double bonus.
Great rebound by Caitlin. She's having a great second quarter here, Aiden.
Here's Torello. And Finnegan, wonderful look, and Pullman's got it underneath the hoop. A 12-point Ludlowe lead, their largest of the night.
Excellent run right here by Caitlin, Aiden. Both ends of the floor. Beautiful pass right there to Anna.
A minute 51 to play second quarter. And Ludlowe on a nice little run here. 9 fouls on Darien. Ludlow's only committed 8. And in this timeout, Darien's just trying to slow things down, get it to halftime. It's not horrible yet.
Yeah, still a lot of time left in this period, minute 51. Cannot ease up right here, Aiden. Be great to push this lead forward. Maybe try to deflate Darien heading into halftime. You know, Darien definitely lacking energy right now. And so you want to take advantage of that because at any time they could turn it on. And usually after halftime, after the coach gets into you a little, makes some adjustments, that's usually when you see a team's energy change. So while their energy is low, you got to take advantage of it.
It's also where you get a little complacent. A lot of teams, including Ludlowe, have done that. And you kind of sleep a little bit, sleepwalk your way into the half. And if you're Ludlowe, try and catch Darien on autopilot. What a great game that the Falcons have played so far. If this is a team that is supposedly a playoff team, I mean, Ludlowe should do just fine if they can qualify. Block underneath by Finnegan, the emphatic rejection.
Yeah, great
but they
block.
save it.
She keeps going. Another block by Caitlin. She's just playing phenomenal this quarter.
She really has. If she can start to hit some buckets offensively, she'll be dangerous for Ludlowe tonight.
Let me tell you, she has been a difference maker this quarter. Defense is outstanding. She's grabbing rebounds.
She was rather quiet against Ward. We didn't hear her name too much because the shooting was what did a lot of good for Ludlowe, but Finnegan does a lot of good right there. 14-point lead.
Hey, that's where you see hard work get rewarded, right? She has been incredible on the defensive end here. Oh, you love seeing that go in. Try to convert this into a three-point play.
Finnegan cannot convert the N1, down to about a minute 9 to play second quarter. Underneath, Finnegan almost had another block, but it's pulled and outletted. Here's Summers. Paulman. She had all that space to shoot, but can't quite get it. Down to 52.1 to play in this second quarter. And a foul is called. No.
No, out of bounds, which is big, right? We don't want to foul them 90 feet away, give them a chance to make free throws.
Down to 48 seconds to play. It's Olivia Maniscalco. We've seen almost everybody on this Darien roster come in. They're very deep. 40.3 left, and Ludlowe gets the ball back.
They are deep, but we are absolutely smothering them on defense, Aiden. They're having trouble handling the press right now. You know, this is a team that beat Trumbull. You know, that's an incredible win.
These are two teams that basically played Trumbull as well as they possibly could. Darien beat them. Ludlowe lost by 2. Here's Summers. And you would think Ludlowe, you would like to think that Ludlowe could beat them if they played again. Here's Torello. 10 seconds to shoot. It's obvious they're going to hold for 1. Leading by 12. Paulman is knocked into. Torello finds it for 3. No. Finnegan pulls it, and a buzzer-beating 3 is just off from Summers. 14-point Ludlowe lead as they go to half.
Yeah, 2 excellent looks at the basket right there, Aiden. That would have been huge if one of those went down. But you got to love what you're seeing right now from Ludlowe. Great ball movement, taking good shots. Their defense has been incredible. I think they only gave up 2 points that quarter.
The only thing you don't love necessarily is how chippy the game got towards the end, but I'm sure that will probably be fixed as we get ready for the third quarter.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is it's chippy, but both the refs have been consistent at least, right? So as long as refs are consistent, you're fine. You know, if they call it tight, fine. Call it tight for both teams, and that's what they're doing right now. Both teams just got to adjust to it.
8:15 on the clock. We will talk to you in a little bit. It's halftime, and Ludlowe leading by 14. Ready for second half action here on FSN. Aiden Blank and Scott Torello. Scott, we are looking at the girls basketball standings going into half, and it is looking increasingly more clear that Ludlowe is going to have to go 10-6.
I think you're right. And by the way, it's doable, Aiden, right?
Absolutely.
Starting tonight.
It's basically going to be St. Joe's and Wilton, the two games that they could lose. Everything else, games they could and should win.
Yep. So it's, St. Joe's is going to be tough. Wilton's going to be tough. Very nice play there, Aiden. I love the patience by Emma. Find Anna standing at the foul line for a little bunny.
Yeah, that's her her prime shot, and she hits it. It's loose on the floor.
More great effort by Ludlowe. Just picking up where they left off.
Entry pass for Heron. Back for Paulman, who got knocked down, but a travel.
That's unfortunate. Beautiful ball movement right there. Anna just found herself in the middle of the trees, but I love it, Aiden. Good start so far.
7:15 to play, third quarter. Darien with the basketball in blue. Screen that got Buescher off the heels of Richter, but the pass missed everything, and the refs say let him play. Here's Paulman, a pass fake, and Buescher straight away three. She's struggled tonight, but a 16-point lead, they can afford to have one or two players get a little cold.
Yeah, you'd love to see, her build off of the great game she had at Ward.
Oh, absolutely. She was their leading scorer against Ward. She was basically their MVP, and she came down those crucial free throws at the end to ice it.
Yep, Emma hit two, and then Julia hit two after that. Beautiful free throws by both girls to solidify that game. It's just a fun win and a great environment.
Here's Dolce. Guarded by Bocci. She goes in. She is fouled shooting. 6:30 to play. And Ludlowe picks up their first foul of the second half. Donnie to Bocci. That is her first.
And you see Laura picked up her third early in the third here. Again, based on trends that we've seen from Coach to date, I would expect her to sit the rest of the quarter.
First shot too short. Both the boys and the girls with humongous leads. Both of them with double-digit leads against Darien. The boys by 20, the girls by 16.
You see Caitlin continuing her dominance on the boards, Aiden.
'21 combined turnovers between Staples and Stanford in that game, and Bocci hits another three.
Beautiful stroke right there, Aiden. Push this to 19. Got to be smart now. That's great closeout by Caitlin. She really is on her game today.
5:54 to play in the third. Ludlowe with the ball back. Again, Eden Blank and Scott Torello with you tonight from Fairfield Ludlowe. Ludlowe with the ball in white, and the pass off of Finnegan's fingers and taken away by DeMonicus. Tries to penetrate, and she is fouled. It'll go against Paulman.
Yeah, great defense. Just give a little space, Aiden. She's over there at half court. Not going to go by you up there.
Ridgefield is going to win tonight. They lead 37-3 at the half.
Who are they playing?
Against Harding.
Sure.
And they'll play Wright Tech tomorrow. So they're going to win 2 games, but luckily neither of those are FCIAC games. Underneath, it goes out off Darien.
Yeah, beautiful block by Caitlin. She has been a defensive force. The only thing we've done poorly so far, Aiden, is this press break. Love to see us handle this properly.
Here's Bocci to inbound. Bounces it for Paulman. Got it stripped away. Here's Richter. Rolls out. Foul committed on DeMonicus. She'll go to the line. She sold the shot. It's the 4th Ludlowe foul of the
half.
That's not a great start
by Ludlowe. You know, some sloppy ball handling and passing against the press break. You know, luckily Darien has been poor from the foul line tonight.
Exactly. Ludlow's gotten a lot of easy breaks in these last 2 games. Both the teams they played have really thrown the game away with foul shots. That one sinks. And, you know, looking at St. Joe's schedule, it's not impossible that they miss the playoffs, too. They'll play Trumbull tomorrow night. They'll play Ludlowe Monday, then a Thursday matchup with Ridgefield, and they'll finish out the following Monday at Staples.
Yeah, you're right. Very tough.
They might lose every single one of those games. It's kind of Ludlowe and Ridgefield are the 2 winnable games. If Ridgefield or Ludlowe can knock them off, they could go 1-3, 0-4 in that stretch to end the season.
Now, you're right. The records are a bit deceiving, right? Because the bottom 4 teams in the league are so weak that if you've played them early, you've racked up some early wins. It could really be deceiving in what your record is right now.
That shot sunk by Summers. Wilton's not in great shape there. They lost to St. Joe's. They will play Ridgefield. They will play Ludlowe.
Here we go, Wade. Box out. Let's go, Ludlowe.
They did beat Fairfield Ward. That's a big win for them. And Fairfield Ward, a game back of Ludlowe, basically has to win tonight. 31-10. 31-13, a bucket on the other end. A very interesting race. We're going to see a lot of possibilities. Nobody that's outside of the top 5, we'll call it. Danbury's 8-3. St. Joe's 8-4, Greenwich 8-4, and everybody else kind of unsafe. And it'll be a very interesting finish. Little too short. Buscher trying to poke the rebound. She cannot. Underneath, Roman met her for the jump ball. Yeah. DeMonicus went up, and Roman brought her back down.
Yeah, that was, you know, 2 bigger girls, stronger girls. When you go into both of them, that's trouble. This press break is the only thing bugging me right now, Aiden. Much better right there. Get it to the middle and get rid of it.
Here's Buscher, Torello. Lasers for Roman. Lofted in for Finnegan, rolls out. Roman pulled it. Wanted a foul. Torello got her hand in there on the other end.
Actually, both girls got hit in the
that
face.
was.
I'm not sure who he would claim the foul was on.
You could have made a case either way.
Yeah, definitely. Madison was certainly being dragged down to the ground. And then when she was going down to the ground, she absolutely hit the other girl in the face.
This is Dolce. The entry and the lay-in for Bowman. Darien just trying to get any baskets they can. They're down a lot.
I got to tell you, Aiden, I don't like the way this game is trending right now.
Darien with a pair of quick baskets. Suddenly, they're right back in this thing. 15-point game.
Yeah, the decision-making against the press is very poor right now.
Beg your pardon, 14-point game. They're right in this thing.
And you see Darien has picked up their intensity, and it's all been predicated on their ability to make a few baskets and get into that press. That has bothered us.
Darien had just 10 points in that entire first half. They've got 7 coming out here in the third quarter, about halfway through. Darien needs to win this game because if they lose, they jump behind Wilton and they jump behind Ludlowe, and they don't have the tiebreakers over either of those teams. So they're really going to have to win out if they lose this game. You're right, though. Ludlowe only with 6 losses. It feels like it's been a lot more. But 10-6, not a horrible record. Even if you don't make the FCIAC playoffs, 10-6, there's not really much more you could have done.
Right. But it's got to start tonight, Aiden. They had roughly a 20-point lead. Back to 14 very quickly. Going to have to clean it up here. Cannot let this game get away.
11-0 run, and Staples now leading by 15 against Stanford. That game close to over. 3:47 to play in the third quarter. They move it to the right elbow off a screen. Lasered across court, and a 3 is way off. That would have been detrimental if Ludlowe gave that up. Finnegan able to body her way through, pull a rebound. Here's Buscher. Torello trying to cook something up. Just any sort of points. Darien moving into a little bit of a zone. And it's sort of throwing a wrench in Ludlow's offensive plans. There it is, a turnover, something we have not seen tonight from Fairfield Ludlowe. And Darien is within 13. Foul committed by the Blue Wave. Ludlowe really got bailed out there.
Yeah, they're making a lot of very poor decisions all of a sudden. It's amazing how this game has turned around. Let me tell you something, this game is far from over, Aiden.
2:54 to play, third quarter. Neither side close to foul trouble. 4 fouls on Ludlowe, 2 on the Blue Wave. We're inside 3 minutes to play in the third. Buscher, the insert, got it right back. Here's a 3. It goes down.
They needed that, Aiden. This game was quickly turning toward Darien.
She's been cold all night, but she finally gets one to fall. And with 2.5 to play in the third, Darien answers.
You see how much more aggressive Darien is right now.
Into a full court press. Well, rightfully so. They could be playing for their playoff lives. You don't know. Pullman with a shot fake. Roman. Summers. Weaving through. Fouled on the floor. This is textbook Ludlowe, to be fair, and this is very similar to how things have gone in their last few games, especially against Ward. A great start. It looked like things were all but set and done. And then they start to unravel late in the third, early in the fourth. With Ward, it was kind of when the fans started to show up, which was around this time, where the Mustangs went on a run. Eventually were able to tie the game, but Ludlowe outplayed him at the end. A foul inside, and Madison Roman's going to the line for 2 key free throws.
Yeah, it probably wasn't a foul, but it looked like one, right? When she did almost like a volleyball spike against it. So even if it wasn't a foul, sometimes just the appearance of one, the refs react, right? The refs react to what they see, not necessarily to the end result of it.
2:05 to play in the third quarter. End of 3 in the boys' game. It's Ludlowe 63, and Darien 45.
The bank's open, Aiden. They'll take it.
Ludlowe by 14, trying to hang on to this lead. Finishing has not been their strong suit. Trinity is up by 10 with 4:19 to play in the third of the boys' game against Fairfield Ward. The girls beat Trinity 65-39. They'll play Trumbull on Monday, and I would think if they don't win that game, they're basically out of playoff contention. Blue Wave with the ball in blue. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. The drive, the throw too strong. Arbu Bakar couldn't get the bucket, but she is fouled. She'll head to the line.
Yeah, good rebound. She goes right back up with it. Nice play.
So here's Hassan Arbu Bakar. She'll shoot. Off. That's a difficult shot to miss.
Yeah, all these free throws are going to be critical coming down the stretch, Aiden.
They're able to make it a 13-point game. That's the closest it's come to here in the second half. Summers, Paulman blew right by her defender, but the pass is intercepted, intended for Finnegan. Other direction. The Blue Wave make a rare miss, but they get the ball right back. You like the way it's trending for Darien if you're Melva Chambers. But you gotta be a little concerned. You don't want to go to the fourth down double digits. Foul underneath. It will be Ludlow's 7th. And Sarah Kinsley is just trying to do anything she can to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how quickly it's turned around. They're up roughly 30-11 and is now 35-22.
Arbu Bakar back at the line for Darien. In. Not that it really plays a big factor on FCIAC playoff talks, but Greenwich defeated West Hill tonight 41-31.
Yeah, nice showing by West Hill.
A 10-point win. Not exactly what you would have expected from a team that is basically now in the playoffs. Violation call against Arbu Bakar didn't hit the rim.
Yeah, Darien doesn't
really well-played game by West Hill, who we were kind of just counting out, but wouldn't it be crazy if Ludlowe beat St. Joe's and beat Wilton, and it comes down to Central and West Hill, and they can't beat West Hill. Paulman got it. Torello for Bocci. Paulman. Darien is really intensified off defensively. Bocci, the drive, it goes out. It's a Darien basketball.
We have become very tentative on offense, Aiden. I mean, that's a shot Bocci would normally take. It was a good drive and dish, but again, it's the tendency that we're seeing right now that is concerning.
They need one more shot to go to get this offense back into it. Maybe a little break between quarters is exactly what Ludlowe needs. Shot fake, thought she was going to blow by Torello, couldn't. Three just a little too short. Paulman stepped out, but a great job physically getting that rebound.
Yeah, good effort, good track down. Just there's a lot of contact down there. They let it go. Called it against Anna.
The inbound, it's Dolce. She backs it out. Here's Ramsey. This is Richter. Here's the three from Dolce, too short. Ludlowe with the ball and 16 seconds to go. If they can hold for one shot and get one shot going into the fourth quarter, it would certainly up their confidence. But Darien trying to prevent that. The double. Almost at a steal on the backcourt. It's loose on the ground. Timeout, Kinsley. And that was probably the best decision there. Ludlowe was getting dangerously close to running out their time in the backcourt.
Well, again, we've seen this for the entire period now, right? This press is absolutely rattling us. I mean, at this point, that clock cannot move fast enough.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. It's not an elimination game, but it might as well be. If Ludlowe wins, they're both 6-6. If Darien wins, Ludlow's 5-7. Darien would be 7-5, and that would basically put enough buffer between the Blue Wave and the Falcons that it would be all but over.
Interesting how she calls off the press with 9 seconds left.
Trying to set the D. Underneath Finnegan. No jump ball before the buzzer. So Ludlowe hangs on to a 12-point lead as we go to the fourth.
Yeah, sloppy period. Had them up 19, had them down 19, but let Darien back into the game. Right? We saw this against Ward. Ward was only down 11 or 12 going into the fourth, and that is not a lead that is insurmountable, Aiden.
It absolutely is not. And again, this team's kryptonite has been finishing all year long. Some games they're able to hang on for longer than others. Staples, they were kind of done coming into the second half. Ward, they hung on just enough.
Yeah, they're going to need to hang on here, that's for sure. Critical to get this win today.
Ward has closed the lead in the boys' game to just 7. Trinity Catholic on top 50-43. It's a very decisive night around the FCIAC, and we're going to see these next 2-3 weeks decide who's playing at Fairfield Ward for the boys and who's playing at Staples for the girls in the FCIAC quarterfinals. The Ludlowe boys, I'm not sure if they have mathematically clinched yet, but they are in all likelihood in it, and we will in all likelihood be with you for that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a great tournament.
Don't worry, we're not standing on a platform for 4 games.
That would be hard, buddy. But
if that happens, we'll sit in the stands.
Again, nice help by Caitlin. You know, she's long, so even though you may get back your initial man, if she's in there helping, it's difficult to finish over her.
Darien with the ball in blue and white, and it's Ramsey. Blue by Paulman, straight to the hoop on the right side. She's blocked by Finnegan. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Finnegan and the Falcons.
She must have 5 or 6 blocks tonight, Aiden.
Underneath, the catch and shoot from Ramsey, nothing. Arbubakar with a great effort to save it on the left side, but it goes out of bounds. The Ludlowe basketball, they'll inbound from under the hoop to their left. Torello trying to bring in the sides. She goes to Bocci, trapped in that corner. Bounce for Torello, coming over to steal it was Dolce, but she let it roll off her fingers and out. So Ludlowe gets a chance to do it over.
Yeah, our guards are running right into the corner, Aiden, which is exactly where Darien wants us.
Buscher trapped in that right corner. Her pass intercepted by Dolce. Controls it right wing and backs it out straight away. Richter directing traffic. They bring Arbubakar to the right top of the right key. Instead, they go to the top of the left key. Dolce dribbles in. No. Arbubakar hit as she shot, but no foul. She missed. Rebound Finnegan. Torello, the outlet. Pullman underneath on the low left block. Her pass almost intercepted. Finnegan got it straight down the lane. The runner falls. Beg your pardon, falls out. Other end. Here's Dolce from the free throw line. Driving into the left side, and she got tangled up as she tried to shoot. She was fouled. 6:44 to play in the fourth quarter, and Ludlowe leading by 12. It's the third foul on Ida Bocci. Laura Herron, who also has 3, is going to come in very shortly. Very similar to Ward. We talked about it. Ludlowe just trying to finish this game with a win. First shot from the line is pure from Gwen Dolce. The lead to 11. Darien is not trailed by single digits since early second quarter. They could do that on the next possession. Dolce is 2 of 2 from the line. It's down to a 10-point game, 35-25. Laser to Buescher, right side, and she stepped out of bounds. The press continuing to get to Fairfield Ludlowe. 6:41 to play. And Ludlowe with 8 fouls, not a single one to give. Is just struggling.
I bet we've turned it over 10 times this half, Aiden, on this press.
Inbound from Dolce to Richter. Richter just allowed straight down the middle, but she's met by the fist of Finnegan, and it goes to Arbu Bakar, whose feet took too many steps. 6:34 to play in the fourth. Ludlowe with the ball again. The trap has been their problem. Torello out of a double to Finnegan. They finally break it. Buescher sprints up left side, goes underneath, fouled as she shot, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, the fans were not happy. Definitely bailed out probably right there. But you take it. You get to the line, try and get some points.
We've seen a few of those this season where Ludlow's, specifically Buescher's, gotten too ahead of herself on the fast break. She's going so fast, it's really hard for her to slow down. 2 crucial free throws for the junior point guard. And the first one is nothing but net. An 11-point lead for Ludlowe with 6:34 to play in this fourth quarter. Darien has picked up 5 fouls in this second half. Ludlowe 8. Rolls out offside and then back iron, and it's pulled by the Blue Wave and Lindsay DeMonicus. Senior picked up by Paulman. They work it to the elbow. Here's Dolce on the left side, now works her way to the right side, free throw line extended. The bounce to Arbu Bakar, intercepted by Torello. Charging straight down Broadway, kick to the right corner, and Buescher backs it out. Ludlowe gonna try and take some time off the clock. Here's Torello, still working over on that right wing. Now they move it to the left wing. Here's Torello. She controls it from top. Coming out to Garter Dolce. Darien still trailing by double digits, needs to start putting some pressure on. The entry pass bounced off a Ludlowe offender and then a Darien defender. It goes out other end, and Dolce was basically pushed to the ground. No foul is called. Instead, it goes out of bounds, and Laura Heron will inbound for Fairfield Ludlowe, who gets the ball back. Here's Torello. She's guarded by Richter. Works to the right side. Shot fake from beyond the arc by Buescher, and inside the lane from about 8 feet. She can't get it. It's pulled by Ramsey. The outlet, a long outlet to DeMonicus, who was not able to jump up and get it. It goes out of bounds. Another real silly turnover for Darien.
Yeah, Darien can't afford turnovers here, Aiden. Only down 11. Still 5 minutes to go in the third.
Torello for Heron. They find Roman. She can go straight to the basket. She will. One extra pass to Buescher. No. Pulls her on a rebound. Rolls off her foot. Out of bounds. Darien basketball. Ramsey for DeMonicus. Charges up the left side. Nice crossover, blue by Paulman. Split with Paulman and Roman, but she lost the ball. It rolls out of bounds, and Ludlowe gets it back. Heron to inbound. From underneath Ludlow's basket to the left, she finds Roman. The pass to Buescher, left side, intercepted. It was picked up by Richter. And underneath, another near turnover, but this time it rolls out and it'll be a Darien basketball. Richter from underneath the hoop to its right. Tried to find Ramsey for an easy 2, but Heron got her hand in there. Callie Summers is in for Juliette Buescher. So some more height to this Ludlowe team as we move down the final 5:04. Again, Darien with trouble inbounding the basketball. It was tipped away by Summers, who is guarding the inbounder, Richter. Here's Dolce, got it right side, tried to drive in. Now she'll drive in straight down the paint, and she's fouled by either Roman or Heron. It is Heron, and it is her fourth. So she's getting into foul trouble. We'll see if Kinsley tries to conserve her in case they need some buckets right at the end. Ludlowe is leading by 11 points, but it sure does not feel like it.
No, this feels a lot tighter. This game is far from over. 5 minutes to go. That clock cannot move fast enough, Aiden.
First shot swish at the line from the senior Gwen Dolce. Here comes his second shot. This one rolls out, but Roman pulls it. Here's Torello streaking up the right side on the outlet. She lays it in, and Ludlowe
beautiful
with a huge
pass
12-point
ahead
lead.
by Laura, finding Emma streaking down. Needed an easy layup, Aiden.
And on the other end, Kelly Richter got it, but overran it to the right corner. She stepped out of bounds before she could save it. So here's Heron to inbound it all the way over to the left on Ludlow's side of the court. She's guarded by Ramsey. Roman lofts it to Summers, right side into the corner. Pullman a shot fake and resets. Here's Heron and Torello. She's guarded tightly by Richter, and they move to the left wing. Here's Heron. Pullman bounces it. Roman on the low left block is fouled as she tried to throw it to the right side.
Yeah, listen, that's a smart foul by Dolce, right? She was about to give up a layup. Don't give up the layup. You only have 5 fouls. Use the foul and wait, survive another possession. Every basket is critical right now.
Here's Heron to inbound it. She goes right to Pullman. Easy bunny. No, too short. She was straight down the middle of the lane. Darien tried to save it as it went out of bounds. Pullman missed it again, and Roman traveled as she shot.
Did not look like a travel lane. Looked like she was bumped. 2 good looks right there for Ludlowe.
Lofted for DeMonicus. Underneath, Torello got it low left block after Ludlowe intercepted the inbound pass, and she was fouled. That's Darien's 7th, so they were not in foul trouble a few moments ago. Now they are. Emma Torello to the line, shooting 2 for Fairfield Ludlowe. And her first is in. 39-26, Ludlowe by 13 with 4:08 to play fourth quarter. The Ludlowe boys team puts up 87 and wins against Darien. Brought up high on the left side by Dolce after Torello hit her second free throw. The Falcons lead now to 14. Into the corner, Dolce again overruns it in that left corner. It goes out of bounds. Ludlowe basketball.
Excellent defensive pressure, over dribbling, right? Gotta have a game plan when you're playing.
Torello for Heron. Roman was bumped, but it goes right to Torello. Streaks up the left side. Jump stop and a pump fake. Inside the paint, it is Pullman, who's wrestled to the ground and saves it with Summers. Summers backed into that right corner. The entry pass for Roman, and they reset with Torello. And here's Laura Heron. Down to 3.5 to play in the fourth.
Smart play right there. Right? It was a little disorganized. Had an early break. Didn't meticulate. So you get the ball out of there and reset.
Here's Pullman on the left baseline. She stripped as she drove in. It'll be Darien's 8th foul. And it will allow Anna Pullman to shoot a 1-and-1. you will say they're getting better at closing these games. They struggled in the third, but down the stretch, they're getting a couple lucky breaks. Last game, they were able to just barely get out of Fairfield Ward with a win. Today, it feels like they're in a little more control with about 3:18 to play in the fourth.
Yeah, important little run right there for Ludlowe. It should salt this game away, Aiden. But again, 3 minutes, a lot of time, especially the way we're handling the press. But the answer that we just saw, right, chance to push this back to 16, should be enough for us to win this game.
Ludlowe leading by 15 points. This is their largest lead of the night. Beg your pardon, 16 is their largest lead of the night, so they can tie it should they hit right here. 87-65, the Ludlowe boys win. Stanford, the girls, came away with just 1 point in the third. They trail Staples 46-21. Again, Aiden Blank and Scott Torello, we're so happy to have you with us.
Here we go, Wade.
As the Falcons and the Blue Wave do battle tonight. And Fairfield Ludlowe hanging tough down the stretch. For boys basketball, Ludlowe has a chance to get one of the top 4 seeds. They're going to be 7-3 in the FCIAC now with the win tonight. Here's Anna Pullman to the line. And she can't get it. Too strong. But Darien is going to go shoot on the other end.
Yeah, it's a dead ball foul. Never want to see the other team walking down the other end for a couple free throws.
Madison Roman picks up her 4th. So a lot of these crucial girls with 4 points, beg your pardon, 4 fouls for Fairfield Ludlowe. If you're Darien, a big key to this is going to be trying to get one of them to foul out. Juliet Buscher's in for Anna Pullman. Here's Heron. Wonderful feed, but Roman traveled.
Yeah, she just took a little hop there, Aiden. Beautiful pass by Laura. Madison just got to take one more dribble and finish.
This is Dolce. And it goes out. No, it did not go out. It was saved, but right to Roman.
Excellent hustle by Madison.
Out of a double, here's Buscher. And she's going to get fouled by either Gwen Dolce or Kelly Richter. Juliet Buscher to the line for Ludlowe. She'll shoot 1 and 1. Got her first. Ludlowe really feels in control of this game inside 3 minutes to play now.
Yeah, you feel much better right now than you did about 2-3 minutes ago.
And now they lead by 17, their largest lead of the night. Here's Ramsey. She finds Richter, and a foul underneath. That should send Richter to the line for 2. Ludlowe over 10 fouls now.
Definitely don't want to commit silly fouls, Aiden. Let that clock run.
25, Kelly Summers at her fourth.
All right, Cal.
Kelly Richter to the line for Darien, shooting 2.
And to the line to shoot 2. And knocking down her first is Kelly Richter. We will not be with you at all next week. We will be with you the following week's special senior night coverage on Wednesday. We'll open up a little earlier than usual, paying tribute to Ludlow's sole senior, Ida Bocci. And the good thing about that is you'll have played St. Joe's and Wilton by that point, so you'll know what your fate is in FCIAC play. Whether you're making, basically you'll know whether you're making the playoffs or not. And you'll have done all you can, so it's a nice night to just kind of relax, play a game. Nice little bucket underneath from Callie Summers.
Oh, heck of a catch by Bowman.
Buscher got double teamed. Buscher got put on the floor. Jump ball between Roman and Richter. (45-29), a minute 46 to play in the fourth. And it looks like Ludlowe, I wouldn't call it escape. I really wouldn't. I think tonight they win.
Yeah, they were the better team tonight.
With Ward, it was an escape.
Other than that stretch
But I think
in the third.
tonight's a win.
Other than that stretch in the third, they were the better game throughout the game.
They lead 45-29. That is a 16-point lead. Lane violation. Heron's going to shoot again.
Yeah, you can't jump into the girl like that.
Heron to the line one more time. Second time's a charm. She got it. Ludlowe now by 17. That ties their largest lead of the night. And they couldn't quite get their largest lead of the night. Go back the other way. Offensive foul there against Callie Summers.
Yeah, I tell you, the pace of the game has really crawled to a halt here. A lot of fouls these last couple minutes.
The good thing is they're not really playing an impact. A timeout is called. A nice little ovation for Fairfield Ludlowe, who has basically sealed this thing up. Close to airtight.
Yeah, when one of your players fouls out, you actually get 30 seconds to substitute. So it kind of operates like a timeout.
A minute 45 to play in this game. First shot is in from Lindsay DeMonicus. It's off and another foul.
Although foul is on number 11, Emma Torello. That's her first.
Emma Torello picks up the foul. Another shot is off. Darien's had shoddy free throw shooting tonight. Heron had it poked away underneath. And Ludlowe will get the ball, but you're right. It's come down to a screeching halt for both these teams.
A lot of fouls by both teams. Game has been a little sloppy right now.
Darien with the ball. Still not even a 10-point game. You have a hard time thinking they're coming back. Shot underneath, another foul. Ludlowe and Darien both well over 10 fouls.
I think that's 5 on Laura as well.
It is. So Heron fouls out. It is. Heron fouls out. Campbell Eckert's coming in. Too short on her first shot. Second coming. Off again, and Claire Davenport pulls the rebound. Interesting group on the floor now. It's Allie Neugebauer, Campbell Eckert, Claire Davenport, Emma Torello, and Juliette Buescher.
Yeah, this is going to be a long minute 22, Aiden.
It's been a long 8 minutes in this fourth quarter. Another foul committed by Darien. And that should be it for Bowman. It is. It's her 5th.
Yeah, Allie, we get a chance. Go to the line. Put some points by her name.
I don't think she's scored yet this season.
I think you might be right. This is a good.
Because she got in against McMahon, but I'm not sure she scored.
This is a good opportunity right here, right at the foul line. Nice deep breath. Knock these in.
First is too short. You know she wants this point.
Absolutely. Fans want it for her, too. And you hear them cheering, Aiden.
20-point Ludlowe lead, and Allie Neugebauer with her first point of the night. And we're pretty sure this season. Claire Davenport gets a rebound, and that is a technical foul.
Yeah, they're going to call a flagrant foul on Darien. I don't mind it, Aiden. You got to get the get the game in order, and let's end this thing.
A flagrant.
2 shots plus the ball back. Claire will shoot 2.
It's the first foul for her, but that was intentional, to say the least.
It's funny, they waved it off, though.
Okay.
So the one ref clearly ran in calling the intentional, but the other ref talked him out of it.
48-27 as Davenport's in the scorebook tonight. And she's got 2 by her name, 49-27.
2 nice free throws.
Disappointing
right there.
finish here for Darien that may end their playoff hopes. Another foul. Sarah Kinsley just shaking her head on the sideline. At this point, it's all in good fun.
It is, but you never want to see a game be played sloppy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a minute left. The game is not in the balance, right? The game's over. Let's end this and move on.
How about this for a final? Staples 60, Stanford 31 in girls basketball.
Wow, that's a big win. They're talented, Aiden. That Staples team is very talented.
And it seemed like they came on in the second half, too. Stanford had 1 point total in that third quarter. So 49-32. Fairfield Ludlowe with the lead. And Gwen Dolce is gone for the night. She played a lot of minutes for Darien.
Yeah, she plays hard.
Her performance certainly should not go unnoticed.
She plays hard, good effort, but you know, with a minute left, down 17, you don't need to be committing these fouls.
Torello to the line, and she'll shoot. At the very least, neither of these teams should be sloppy on free throws
Well, they've
on Monday.
had plenty of opportunities, that's for sure.
And it's good to see Ludlowe shot real well from the line tonight. We're inside a minute to play. Underneath, it pops out, and Eckert's got it. Darien still in the full court press. You give them credit. Torello airmails a pass. Almost hit us. Here's Richter to bring it up for the Blue Wave. Darien looking for a good shot. 30 seconds left. Nothing in the lane, still nothing. And Melva Chambers just shaking her head on the sideline. It's kind of been the night for Darien. Thought they may have had something going at the end of the third, but Ludlowe just shut them down in the fourth.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It ended kind of how it started, right? With Darien missing some easy opportunities. Darien they just never recovered in this game.
No, they did not. 10 to shoot. Darien able to save it down to 3 seconds. Neugebauer could not save it. Darien will get the last touch in all likelihood. 2.8 to play. Darien will inbound the basketball. Torello got a hand on it, and that's how it ends. Ludlowe with a little bit of a scare in the fourth quarter, but they finish really strong, and they win it 51-32.
Yeah, not as clean as they would have liked to have played, Aiden, but they'll take the win, and then they'll move on. And that's what's most important. 500 now in the league, 500 overall. They are in this thing, Aiden. This was a big week of basketball for them.
500 is a mark they've been looking to get to all season long. And finally, they're at it. Maybe not overall. Well, actually, yes. 8-8 overall. They're now 6-6 in FCIAC play. And a big week coming up next week with St. Joe's and I think Bridgeport Central. Yes. St. Joe's on Monday, Bridgeport Central on Wednesday. I beg your pardon, on Thursday. And that's how the week will go. If they can go 2-0 next week, they're in a really good spot. They're going to at least get one win. You would think they'll beat Central. But if they can get one over St. Joe's, that would be a humongous win.
Yeah, it's another must-win for them. But, hey, listen, they've gone through the first 2 games, 2-0. They have to win the last 6. 2 of them are games you should win on paper. So they still have 2 tough ones left. They can do it, Aiden. They can definitely do it.
We thank you so much for spending this Thursday night with us. No coverage next week. We're off. We'll talk to you 2 weeks from yesterday with senior night coverage from Fairfield Ludlowe. Final tonight, Ludlowe 51 and West Hill 32 from Fairfield Ludlowe High School. For Scott Torello, our wonderful cameraman, Nolan McCormick. I'm Aiden Blank. Have a great rest.